Chapter 6. Happy hunting. On your next free day from school, you find yourself flanked by Cass and Gabe, loitering reluctantly in the hospital lobby. I can't believe I'm here digging into my mother's business again. What? It doesn't make you a little nostalgic? Read the room, Cass. This has gotta suck for Parker, so maybe act a little bit less like Christmas came early. Seriously, things between Mom and me are already going downhill. If I tell her not to do the autopsy, she'll blow a gasket. The only thing we can do is pump her for information and hope that doesn't spark any memories of last year's vampire murder spree. I'm just not sure how to go about asking her. Why don't you be upfront? Ask her if she found out anything. Your mother's a pretty straight shooter. Great idea. Hey, Mom brought lunch. By the way, what's up with the mysteriously dead body we found in the woods the other day? Yeah, that won't fly. And after the dinner disaster, she's suspicious of you guys too. We have to find a way to make her warm up to you. Just leave that to us. And, for the rest of it, I know you feel guilty, but you have to remember you're doing this for her own good. If she's learned Sylvester's a vampire or regains any of her lost memories, she'll be dragged back to the Nexus like last year. I know you're right, but I wish I didn't have to involve you guys. What? You don't want us around? I do, but it just kills me that I'm potentially putting you both in danger. Oh, but there's no one I like to get in danger with more than you, new girl. You can't help but grinning at Cass. Then Gabe steps in front of her and drawing your gaze to his. We're already up to our necks in this no matter what we do. There's no way I'm letting you go through this alone. You reach out, link your hands with both of them, lacing your fingers together and feeling a bit of confidence. You guys ready for this? Always. You don't even have to ask. You find your mom waiting by the cafeteria doors, but when she sees Gabe and Cass, she blinks, a subtle clue that she's not entirely pleased. Parker, I was hoping it would just be us today. I thought we'd try the whole eating together thing again, since last time sort of went a little south. Well, there's a table in the back that's pretty quiet. Why don't we sit there? And she can't have an outburst at work. You all spread out around the table. You glance from Gabe to Cass, trying to think of a way to break the ice. And then you remember. Oh, Mom, Cass brought lunch for everybody. She made it herself. That's quite a nice gesture, Cass, thank you. This may come as a surprise, but she isn't a half-bad cook. Obviously, oblivious to Cass stomping on Gabriel's foot under the table, your mom begins to smile, a definite sign she's starting to thaw. How about this? Let's forget about dinner and just start over with a clean slate, okay? Thank God. So, what's been going on with work, Mom? Any cool cases lately? Yes, actually, that poor man you found in the woods. Very strange. You share a quick glance with both of them, who each take casual bites of their sandwiches. What's so strange about this one? Do you know how he died? Sorry, I know I'm being a little nosy. It's just been hard not to think about it. The three of us are the ones who found him, after all. I understand. That must have been quite a shock. This goes no further than this table. Are we clear? Cass makes a zipping motion across her lips, and your mom leans across the table and lowers her voice. This could be the strangest case of my career. The body's covered in red patches, peeling, charring, all consistent with thermal burns. So, what's strange about that? He got caught in the forest fire. Case closed. No, he didn't die in a fire of that magnitude. The body would be burned all over. He'd be unrecognizable. And even if he survived the initial fire, the cause of death would be smoke inhalation or sepsis. Which is infection, right? Exactly. Ass kisser. But the real mystery is the other burns. I also found blistering and black spots consistent with chemical burns, which would have been painful, but ultimately not lethal. So, what do you think he actually died of? Educated guess, I'd say some kind of severe sun allergy. In other words, a vampire contracting sun poisoning. In any case, I'll know more once I get the blood test back and do an autopsy. Mom, promise me you're not getting obsessed again. You know, like all those other times. That's not fair. I'm not obsessed. I'm just curious. I just don't want you putting your job in jeopardy again. Next thing I know, you'll be snooping in the woods looking for clues. Parker, you're overreacting. Of course I'm not going to do that. But as she works hard to avoid eye contact with you, you can tell she's definitely been thinking about it. The alarm on your mom's phone chimes. Oh, if I don't run, I'll miss my meeting. Thank you for coming to lunch, spending time with you all of you. It really made my day. Feel a twist of guilt at her sincere smile, and as she pecks you on the head, rushing off, you let out a long sigh. Well, Operation Convince Mom to drop it was a total bust. And she didn't tell us anything we didn't already know. We're at a dead end. Not necessarily. The body's still in the morgue. I'll bet you there's something we'd be able to see about that a human never would. That's not the worst idea. It's a great idea. Mom's in a meeting. Everyone else is probably still at lunch. We'll have at least a half an hour. Well, let's get going. You stealthily make your way downstairs to the morgue. Gabriel cracks the door and peeks his head and then waves to you and Kaz. All clear. Inside, the room is clean, white, but you reel back at the overwhelming smell of formaldehyde and antiseptic as it slaps you in the face. Oh my god, I've been in morgues before, but they've never smelled like this. Oh, super smell has a few drawbacks. Is this what you guys had to deal with the last time we snuck down here to look at a dead body? Which is a thing I never thought I'd say. Now there's a memory that makes me feel all warm and fuzzy inside. We weren't here for kicks. One of our own was killed. Well, a Clement, anyway. He was a good man and a friend. Could you two just stop? We need to get in and out of here fast. No time for snipping. There. That has to be Sylvester. You gather around the sheet-shrouded body laid out on the table and pull back the cover. That's him, alright. Looks just as crispy the last time we saw him. Look for any other marks on him that might be a cause of death. Careful not to touch anything, you lean over the body, squinting against the harsh glare of the overhead fluorescence. Well, he doesn't have any bite marks like Max did, so that rules out the creator trying to make more mutant vampires. Wait, check out those burns on his wrists. The lines on his wrists are red, raw in a pattern that implies he struggled against restraints. It looks like he was tied up with some kind of silver rope. He's got them on his ankles, too. Is that a normal kind of vampire punishment, Cass? Hell no. I've never seen anything like that. And I don't remember reading about silver manacles in the manual. Then he must have been captured and bound before he died. Somebody took him prisoner and killed him. Which means somebody's targeting vampires. Silence reigns for a moment, as you all get lost in your fears, then Cass calls you over to the side of the room. I think I found this in his backpack. He yanks the bag open and upends it on the table. A well-worn leather journal tumbles out. What's this? It's his envoy log. You huddle around Cass as she flips the log open to find nothing but odd symbols and indecipherable squiggles. Is that a code? Great, we finally strike gold, only to come up against an common paranoia machine. This is useless. Not useless. The code is based on an ancient vampire language, but updated so no one can read it but a coven leader and their envoys. $1 million question, Golden Boy. Can you? It'll take me a minute to work it out, but I can manage. Read the log to relive Sylvester's diplomatic mission to Flagstone and find a clue as to who or what killed him. Okay. You heard her. Get to it, Golden Boy. Clock's ticking. Don't rush me, this isn't exactly easy. Oh, please, you translated those history books in the Chamber of Laws, didn't you? You're language prodigy. Well, I wouldn't go that far. Oh my god, it's like watching a puppy beg for treats. Chip chop, Brainiac. I love a dead body as much as the next vamp, but we can't stay here all day. Gabriel flips open the log and begins to squints, running his fingers along the squiggled words as he works out their meaning. Okay, this part here roughly translates to left Nexus at sundown, took main courier route north towards the coast. Let's see. Okay, here's where he gets to Flagstone Cove. March 15th, arrived Flagstone Cove, 1 a.m. Base situated in subterranean cave along rocky coast. They call it the Vessel. Despite unimaginable loss and devastation, was met warmly by Coven leader Marcella Garen for traditional welcome ceremony. Coven leader, on behalf of Crimson Beach, I bring greetings from the Nexus. Please accept our blood gift to aid you in your time of need. Greetings, envoy. I have nothing to offer but our thanks. The Creator decimated us. Please relay our gratitude to your Coven elders and allow me to formally invite you to the Vessel. The Vessel's cavernous limestone rooms branching out from a central chamber, similar to the Nexus, but so different in aura as to be almost another world. Sadly, its walls now are scorched and black, evidence of the carnage wrought by the Creator. Was led to Inner Sanctum, where I met remaining Coven members. Tragically, there are very few. Sylvester. Oh, Remus, I was afraid you were, I almost was, but I can't talk about it. But you don't know how good it is to see you here. Despite our long-standing rivalry, Remus is a friend, and I was grateful to find he'd survived along with Fernanda, Camilla, and 4 others. Only 8? Out of 30 Coven members. We're all that remain. Our funeral pyres have been burning for weeks. It's almost too much to bear. It's hard to believe what was once a small but thriving Coven, almost completely wiped out in a single day. There are no words. Gabriel pauses for a moment as you all process the tragedy that befell the Coven at Flagstone Cove. I can't imagine losing you guys like that. You look at Gabriel and Cass managing your life without them and you shake your head to dispel the painful thought. There were so many times last year when one or all of us could have been killed. I'm grateful you're still here with me. Gabriel bumps his hip against yours, a smile full of promise. And I'm not going anywhere. Cass taps her fingers against yours, giving you a playful smirk. I'm pretty hard to kill anyway. Yeah, like a cockroach. Uncalled for. You laugh at their usual playful bickering, breaks the solemn mood. Alright, Flagstone Cove's base only had 30 members. That's crazy small compared to the Nexus. That's because they're only one Coven. We may all live together, but the Nexus is made up of 2 Covens. We take up a lot of space. A little too much, if you ask me. We need some elbow room. Gabriel, what else does it say? He talks about a council meeting with the remaining members of the Coven. They brought him to view the source of their ley line. Gabriel skims through a few more lines, and his eyes fly wide in horror. Oh no, listen to this. As the vibrant trees of Crimson Beach are the heart of the ley line power, there is a whirlwind situated just outside of the vessel, near the sea. Or it was. Now it's nothing but a patch of gray burned sand. This is all that's left. The Creator and his spawn spared nothing, and no one. Are the ley lines completely down? Not completely, no, but they're unstable. We can't rely on their protection anymore. That's how we lost Thomas. He was working with the humans to rebuild the town, and then the ley lines just disappeared. He couldn't make it back to the vessel in time. We practically are defenseless. We only go out at night now, which, as you can imagine, is difficult to maintain our human facades. It was then I unveiled the true purpose of my mission. A graft from our own Red Beach brought in the hopes of reviving the ley lines of Flagstone Cove. A generous gift. Another ley line conductor. Sylvester, this will save our lives. I can't guarantee it'll work. It has to. It's the only way we'll survive. We planted the graft in the ashen sand and were quickly rewarded by the power of the ley lines bursting to life in a magnificent rainbow of light and color. Its power pulsed through the surrounding cove shorelines encircling the town, and the vessel. Never felt or seen anything like it. And though the light quickly dissolved in a natural invisible state, it's a moment I will never forget. I feel honored to have witnessed it. We're in your debt. Please thank Astoria and Lewin for their generosity and assure them that the alliance between our covens is stronger than ever. You look up from the book to see Gabriel's odd expression mirroring your own feelings. I didn't know you could renew a ley line like that. I didn't either, but it makes sense. The red beech tree is a powerful conductor. If they were just plugging it in somewhere else, I guess. I wish I could have been there to see it. What's the big deal about a light show? But despite her flippant tone, you see a spark of wonder beneath her typically cynical facade. Are alliances between covens a normal thing? Not as a rule, no. In the past, there have been actual coven wars, but that was centuries ago. Now it's more like friendly hostility. But since the Clements and Venedi's banded together for self-preservation, Crimson Beach has always been more open to alliances. It's worked out pretty well so far. Has it, though? Even though you have to admit, we've lived in relative peace. Relative is doing a lot of heavy lifting there, Golden Boy. Well, if Astoria and Lewin are sending envoys everywhere, it sounds like they're making a push to form alliances between all the covens. The Creator may have done some good after all. That's a little optimistic, don't you think? Not at all. The more covens ally with us, the stronger we'll all be. It's out that it has to be, took a massacre to do it. Gabriel turns his attention back to his journal. Here, this is the last entry. Left Flagstone Cove, evening, March 15th, on way to White Bridge Coven, making good time. And then there's an addendum. March 16th, I think, being followed, footsteps, whispers, don't think it's another vampire, maybe humans in the woods. March 17th, have now made several attempts at contact, but nothing, not my imagination. March 18th, uneasy feeling persists, concerned. Cutting off diplomatic journey to Whitebridge to return to Nexus with report of possible new threat to covens. And that's it. You wrap your arms around yourself, not sure if it's the temperature of the room or Sylvester's ominous last words that are causing the chill. Poor guy. He knew he was being tracked, and with the burn marks on his wrists and ankles, it proves he was being hunted. Not by another vampire, though. It was humans. He said he didn't think it was another vampire. We can't jump to conclusions. They can't use silver. Just then, you hear the clack of footsteps and chattering voices in the hall. Sounds like lunch is over. Mom can't be far behind. We need to get out of here now. Gabe stashes the journal back in the evidence bag, and checking to make sure you're in the clear, you slip out of the morgue. You return to the lobby undetected, only to walk right into Jade and Aiden coming through the revolving door. Oh, Parker, hey. You here to check in, too? No, I was just having lunch with my mom. What check-in? Those therapy sessions Principal Yao set up for all of us after the fire to make sure we weren't suffering from any kind of PTSD. And Libby appears behind them. Her face registers shock, then hurt. She ducks her head, her expression troubled. Libby, you doing okay? Libby got the worst of it. She's been having these reoccurring nightmares. Jade! What? The doctor said you need to talk about it, and since Parker's in your dream... You're dreaming about me? Wow. Giggity. What? It's nothing, okay? I just keep having dreams about you saving me from monsters. Monsters, Libby? Do you want to talk about it? I know a lot happened between us, but I hope you feel comfortable enough to tell me about it. Why do you care? Because I'm worried about you? Fine. It's the same thing every time. I'm outside the hospital with Mr. Phillips, and we're running towards the doors. And then these monster things came out of nowhere, and you saved me from them. Oh my god, she remembers the attack. She remembers everything. Glance at Gabe and Cass, who look just as shocked as you feel. Those monsters, what did they look like? All I remember is leathery skin and fangs, and like some kind of vampire. Oh my god, I gotta get us out of here before she remembers anything more. Look, Libby, I'm sure it's nothing. Just leftover trauma from the fire. I'm glad you're seeing someone, though. But if you ever want to talk to me about it again, I'm always here for you. Yeah, sure. Thanks, Parker. Anyway, I gotta go. I don't want to be late for my appointment. But as you leave the hospital, you glance back at Libby to find her staring at you with a strange look in her eyes. How's it possible that Libby's actually remembering the attack when no one else is? Because she might have powers. A few days later, you're preparing for your first lesson at the Venadies when you hear the insistent ringing of the doorbell. Coming. You yank open the door to find Cass, hip propped against the doorframe, casually swinging a gym bag on her arm. So, new girl, you ready to learn how to hunt like a Venadi? That depends what's in the bag. A little something. Come on. She strides past you up the stairs to your room, where she pushes the bag into your hands with a coy smile. Last I checked, it wasn't my birthday. Don't get too excited. It's just something I had lying around. Come on, open it up. You unzip the bag and pull out an edgy outfit that looks exactly like something Cass would pick out for you. Venadi official hunting gear, built for stealth, guaranteed to make you look like a badass. Plus, it's got some really cool features. Such as... Well, you have to try it on before I tell you. Wear the hunting gear for stealth, speed, and general badassery. Find out its hidden features. Listen, I heard it vibrates in the crotch. What? Don't at me. Knowing the Venadies, it probably does. Don't at me. You slip into the dark outfit, amazed by how well it fits, and then check yourself out in the mirror. Wow, this looks like it was made for me. Cass lets out a whistle, and you meet her eyes in the mirror. Damn, new girl, in that outfit, the humans will be hunting you. As you shift slightly, you notice this little shift of colors and patterns in the fabric. Is this advanced camouflage that makes you blend in with your surroundings? It'll come in handy real soon. What happens to the midriff section that literally is exposed? Does that blend in too? That's cryptic. Just keeping you on your toes. Now, let's get out of here. Don't want to be late to your first lesson. Elder Ferguson's running the show, and she doesn't like stragglers. 20 minutes later, you round the corner on the burned-out school building and spot a group of Venadies already gathered on the field. Hey, guys, I've been waiting for you. Wow, Parker. Talk about Venadi chic. And here I thought you couldn't get any cooler. Damn, is that a hunting outfit? Yeah, what do you think? Does my Venadi cred go up? It'll go up even more if you got me one, too. Sure you're ready for this, baby vampire? For the lesson? Yes, for actually hunting humans? Not so much. Uh-oh, got another squeamish one on her hands. Guess that's good for you. Seth, now you won't be the odd one out. Lay off, Margot. Seth's as Venadi as the rest of us. Yeah, well, his track record says otherwise. You remember last year's party in the woods, when Seth let his prey escape mid-hunt and Cass had to kill her. From Seth's downcast look, you know he's remembering it too. Hey, Seth. I'm sure there's more to learn here than just hunting. There are bound to be a whole lot of other skills this lesson can apply to, so don't get too hung up on the hunting part of it. Ignore the hater, Seth. Learning to hunt isn't just about dinner. Okay, Captain Know-It-All, what else is it about? It's about maximizing your tracking abilities and the other stuff that'll come in handy when you're trailing or avoiding an enemy. I couldn't have said it better myself, and that's why Cass is my best student. She thinks outside the box. You jump as Elder Ferguson arrives in absolute silence, while Margot just rolls her eyes before shooting you and Seth a sour glare. Today we'll focus on our senses of hearing and smell. You will each be assigned a target. You will have to master 2 tasks. 1, you will have to recognize your target's particular blood scent. 2, you will have to recognize its individual heartbeat. Oh my god, are we actually hunting humans? I see that look in your eyes, Parker, so allow me to put your mind at rest. Your targets today will not actually be humans. As some of you know, after the great training fiasco of 1922, the use of human captives during hunting lessons was permanently banned. I wonder how that's covered in human history books. But thanks to modern technology and Venadi R&D department, we now have a fitting alternative, Viola. He makes a sweeping gesture, and a fleet of robotic drones come bounding merrily into the field. Okay, or you could have just used, like, animals, but okay. I mean, What is a Star Wars? I'm doing it because of the nerd side. Try Vampire Wars. And those, are BB vamps. You know, BB for, like, blood bag? Yeah, we got it. As you can see, each drone is fitted with a blood bag, and if you listen closely, you'll hear a simulated heartbeat. Your mission today is to track your assigned drone through the woods, catch it, bring the drained blood back as proof of successful hunt. How does it know we're hunting it? Each is equipped with a state-of-the-art detection camera. If it spots you, it's going to take off, and these little guys move fast. The rules? Aside from no killing or exposing yourself to a human, none. Sabotaging another's drone, stealing blood bags, it's all fair. Interesting. You glance at Margot, and you're not surprised to see her giving you a fangy smile. Oh, hear that? No rules. May the best vamp win. Alright, find your drone. You fan out with the other students and quickly find a drone with your name on it. You kneel beside it as it beeps and whirs a greeting. Oh, you're cute. I think I'll name you Milton. Sure, whatever. Now, little Milton, let me get to know you. Cock your head and quickly detect the soft thud, thud, thud of a heartbeat that's subtly different than the others around you. Then, you take a sniff to identify the smell of blood. Right as 3, 2, 1, go. Beep! You jump as the drone starts darting into the forest, fully demonstrating the shocking speed. Milton, come back! You race towards the trees, but as the forest swallows you up, you can't help feeling intimidated by how quickly the other venom eyes blur out of sight. Alright, keep calm. I just need to focus on finding my drone. I should listen for its heartbeat. You close your eyes, blocking out the sounds of the forest around you until... To your left, you hear the soft thud thud of your drone's heartbeat. A fangy grin breaks over your face. There you are. You take off, the trees blurring as you track the sound. When you hear something nearby, you move slowly through the brambles until you spot... My drone, question mark? I'll approach by blending in with my surroundings is probably the outfit. Being stealth is obviously being stealth. You crouch low in a bush, leaning into the brambles to hide your position. Your outfit helped you. Called it. You glance at your arm, startled to see your hunting outfit blend seamlessly into the woodland colors around you. Wow, this really works. The drone shifts. You take a deep breath, scenting the blood on your tongue, and suddenly you realize that's not my drone. A rustling branch makes the drone whir a frantic series of beeps, then zips into the cover of the woods as you spin to face the sound. Someone's sneaking up on me. I'm gonna set a trap with my projection ability. You tap into the ley line's power inside you, then picture yourself in the clearing. Your projection appears walking obliviously through the grass. A flash of movement at the edge of the trees, then Margot bursts into the meadow, straight for your projected self. Gotcha! But instead of the resistance she was expecting, she passes right through the phantom image and stumbles head first into a nearby stream. What the... All's fair in love and hunting, Margot. Okay, enough messing around. Time to get my drone. You close your eyes, still thinking yourself until you hear the distinctive sound of the drone's simulated heartbeat, then set off once again. I'm gonna get you, Milton. You take full advantage of your vampire speed as birds, small animals scatter, then out of nowhere you collide with another fast-moving object. Arms go around you as you fall, and your landing is buffered by the body beneath you. You lift your head to find Cass grinning up at you. Okay, now I get the appeal of playing the hero. Remind me to get you a cape. You sit up, letting Cass do the same beneath you. You, though, her hand on your waist keeps you in her lap. Her eyes sweep over you. Look at you, all flushed and panting. Hunting looks good on you. You think? Because I feel amazing right now. More alive than I ever felt as a human. A roguish grin curls the corner of her mouth as you feel the current in the air turn charged. Your pulse races in anticipation. How about you let me see you in the action? What do you mean? I mean, let's combine forces and hunt together. Combine forces with cast diamond choice. We'll make a killer team. And people go, how do you have so many diamonds? I don't know, I pay for this useless thing called VIP. Same page. Come on, teammate, let's go get him. After you. Seriously. Unless you're literally going through all the books again to use all the diamond choices. There's no, like, I have too much diamonds. Cass smirks and zips away and disappears in the trees. Her shout echoes back to you. Better keep up. You catch up with her, marveling at how silent she runs. It feels like you're watching a whole new Cass, the real Cass. Her eyes are focused, gleaming, her body is sleek and graceful as a hunting cat as she whips between the trees. Hold it. She comes to a whiplash stop at the edge of a meadow, scenting the air like the lethal predator she is. You can't take your eyes off of her. She was made for this. She then turns and smirks as she notices how closely you're watching her. I'm not the target, new girl. Eyes on the prize, remember? I thought that's what I was doing. She gives you a throaty laugh, and then her head snaps around. A second later, you hear the thud of a drone heartbeat. That's mine. Let's take it down together. Beyond those trees is a cliff wall where we can corner it. Head in that direction, I'll take it down. Follow her lead, take control. She's good for this, so when got it. You veer left, channeling your vampire powers and rejoicing as your body responds with a burst of speed that nearly sets the ground cover ablaze. Ah, this feels good. Come skidding to a halt. At it in a billow of dust, the drone spots you. Hello, Milton. Beep! And right to plan, it zips around and scuttles through the underbrush, but in the wrong direction. Cut it off before it escapes. On it. Thinking quickly, you reach down into yourself to summon your projection ability. This is bound to help. Again. You cast your projection of yourself in front of the drone. Boo. Beep beep boop 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 beep beep boop. Your drone teeters and spins frantically around, back in the direction of the cliff. In one cat-like leap, Cass launches herself at the drone, but her arms slip. It breaks from her grasp and zips out of reach. Damn! The drone's erratic movements, combined with a whiff of blood, suddenly trigger your vampire instinct to catch and kill. Basically like a cat. Get back here. You're a lethal streak of lightning. Your feet barely brush the ground as you leap into the air and catch the drone in one wide sweep of your arms. Gotcha. Beep-boop. As you catch your breath, exhilaration courses through you as you realize for the first time just how strong, how fast, how deadly you've become. As deadly as Cass. And in a flood of electric confidence, you tear the blood bag off the drone and guzzle it down in a fury of vampire-fueled hunger. Whoa, pace yourself there. I can't, I am starving. You savor the taste of the warm blood and new energy surging through your system. Then throw your head back and sigh. Oh my god. That was amazing. Told you. You were born to hunt. I believe you now. Now, finish up your snack, 'cause I'm next. Let's get this done. You both hold still to listen and immediately hear a faint thud-thud of a drone heart. That's me. Let's go. With Cass in the lead, you leap back into the hunt, swerving around the forest obstacles to your target. There it is. You go left flank, I'll take right. You circle around, stalking the little drone as it sits obliviously in its clearing. Then, at Cass's signal, you leap. Bloop bloop. And land on the drone as it beeps in protest. Laughing, Cass holds up her hand for a high five. Nice one, teammate. Here, you can have this. She tears the blood bag from its hold and hands it to you. You don't need a drink? blood out of a plastic bag that tastes like hot goo. Come on, you know I'm a hard pass. Another blood bag. No, you should pace yourself. I'll pass too. When you call it hot goo, the whole thing kind of loses its appeal. You had good taste. You huff a laugh and then run your tongue along the circle of your lips to lap away the evidence of your earlier blood bag. Missed a spot. She swipes her finger across your bottom lip, lingering in the corner. Her eyes flit across your face as she smirks. I bet you have no idea how hot you look with blood on your lips. You're both panting from the hunt, so close your chests are practically brushing. Your eyes drop down to her curved lips. You feel a sudden charge in the air and a shiver as her eyes run a hot trail down your body. We're in public and I shouldn't, but... Pushing your doubts aside, you hook your hand around her neck and pull her into a searing kiss. A gasp, and she responds, her lips moving feverishly against yours until all you can think about is her. God, Parker. The way she purrs her name starts to tremble in your belly, and you pull her closer for another frenzy of kisses. You feel some desperate, longing part of you snap as she pulls away to catch her breath. No, don't stop. Wasn't planning on it. With a huffed laugh, she nips your chin and drags her lips slowly across your jaw and down the column of your neck. Every spot she touches tingles like a live wire, and you respond by yanking her hips to yours and running your hands up her back. She pushes you back hard against a tree, her hand sliding possessively across your body with a look that leaves no doubt you belong to her. You let out a small involuntary gasp, and she pulls back with a smug grin. You good? Definitely good. Her grin becomes a challenge. Show me. Go in for another kiss. Her hands slide around your hips. She jerks you against her. You gasp and clutch her face in your hands. Pull her in for another rough kiss. Damn, new girl. She's panting, her breath huffing against your mouth, and she parts her lips to twine her tongue hungrily with yours. The kiss deepens, becoming so bold, frantic, and all-consuming that you lose your sense of place and time, and suddenly the sound of approaching footsteps in the leaves catches your attention. What the hell? You jump away from Cass, concentrating on the sound, and hear familiar voices bouncing off the trees. It's that Lennox guy. He's walking right towards us. And Cass, we're near the Nexus. You see your own fear echoed in her eyes, but before you can think of what of it, Lennox, followed by McKee and Jones, push their way through a bush. Well, would you look at that? Some more fellow nature lovers. Hey, Lennox. Out saving the forest again? Of course, that's what the Bureau's here for. It's all about the great outdoors for us. That sounds thrilling. No, I don't. I suss the shit out of this guy, I'm just saying. Why are you here, though? I mean, here, this isn't anywhere near the burned part of the forest. We're researching native flora to make sure we're planting trees indigenous to the area. Can't just plunk down a palm in a deciduous forest, you know? Plus, I got to call Dr. Reese, asking me to keep an eye out for anything that might be connected to the death of a poor fellow you found. I have to admit, it's all very exciting. Thinking of changing my title to the FBI. Get it? Forest Bureau Investigator. Kill me now. Wait, did you say my mom called you? Yes, is Dr. Reese your mother? She's a lovely lady, so hands-on with her cases, very supportive of what we're doing here. Yeah, Mom likes to get involved in investigations. Last year she was dealing with a bunch of vicious animal attacks right in this area. You should be careful. In fact, you should probably avoid this part of the woods completely. Snap of a twig heralds Gabriel's emergence from the underbrush. Lennox slaps his hand to his chest as his men spin around. Oh, you're a silent one. I didn't hear you coming at all. Sorry, didn't mean to startle you. I was looking for these guys. Gabriel jerks his thumb at you and Cass, but despite the easy smile, you can tell he's also realized that Lennox and his men are close to the Nexus, dangerously close. I overheard your conversation. I hike these woods all the time, and I haven't seen anything that could link this place to the death the other day. Oh, thank you for the tip. We wouldn't want to waste our time plodding around here. There aren't any answers. We've got a busy schedule. Same. We're outie. Come on, new girl. No one susses these people, really. Cass reaches for you, but one of the forest rangers grabs her hand and turns it over to reveal a cut running the length of her palm. It's pretty deep. You should treat it before it gets infected. I've got some first aid supplies in my knapsack. But Cass snatches her hand away and swings it behind her back. It's fine. Just a scratch. There's a lot of thorns around here. Those stinging needles will get you every time. Just be sure to clean it with antiseptic and wrap it tightly. Well, we should be going. You kids have a great day, and be careful out here in the forest. Never know what you'll run into. Bye, Lennox. It was nice seeing you. As Lennox and his rangers retreat in the woods, you heave a huge sigh of relief. Thank God they didn't find the Nexus. They almost did, and the Nexus almost found them. If I hadn't intervened, the guards would have taken them away. If it puts an end to those bad jokes of his, I'm all for it. Cass, what's up with that cut? Why hasn't it healed yet? Because I just got it. You know, during practice? Never thought I'd see a day where a Veneti admitted a practice injury. What's up, Cass? Losing your touch? Ooh, burn. But instead of her typical snarky comeback, Cass gives Gabriel a dark glare. Shut it, golden boy. Okay. I don't care. And before Gabriel can finish the sentence, Cass storms off, slapping branches and bushes out of her way. Cass, wait. Out of nowhere, black clouds roll across the sun. You wrap your arms around yourself against the rush of the wind whipping at the trees. What the hell just happened? I have absolutely no idea. I do. I'll tell you after this. Remember that if you did enjoy the video, to like, share, and subscribe. Head down the description, plenty of things to check out there, ways to support, and hey, join our Discord server. It's a way of becoming one with the community, and that way we can all hang out and talk and chill and whatnot. But aside from that, thanks for watching. Catch you all in the next video. Now, here's my thoughts. So, long story short is, come on, you have to know he's a bad guy, right? I'm just saying. Oh, I'm just literally and figuratively saying. Yeah, no, he's probably a hunter. That's why they're so obsessed and they remember Cass's hand. Most likely, it's a new anti-vampire technology that the hunters have caught up with, and they're realizing that, look, Cass didn't heal from a very small business card injury. Yeah, think about that. So that's my thoughts on that. They're hunters. They're literally and figuratively hunters. They must be from a branch or hunters that Gabriel didn't realize or remember, because remember, he used to be a part of that whole, like, you know, community. So, yeah. Other than that, thanks for watching. Hopefully you did enjoy. Let me know your comments or thoughts down in the comment section below. And aside from that, I hope you all have a great rest of your day. Peace out.